Good morning, fourth graders. Today we are going to be continuing with angles, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We are on page 213 of your student journal, and our objective or our goal is, today I will find the measure of missing angles, period. Okay, so let's just quickly look at our vocab. The first word says decompose, break down a number into smaller parts. The second part just reminds us about our angles. And then down here, we're reminded about our benchmark angles. This is what I want us to really focus on, is remembering these benchmark angles. Specifically remembering, and I'm going to draw it right here, that a straight line is 180 degrees, and that a perfect right angle is 90 degrees. And the symbol or the mathematical notation is they put a, like I've been showing you that I slip a piece of paper in there, they draw a little paper in there to let us know that it's 90 degrees. And that our circle is 360 degrees. So just remembering those benchmark fractions, and then the 45 and the 30 can come from the 90. Okay, so our steps, I'm not going to really review with you today because I'm going to jump right in and show you what this looks like. So here is my first one, and it says, find the measure of angle ACD. Okay, so they want to know what ACD equals. Because if I look here, there's nothing there. They didn't put a number there. So they want me to figure that out. Well, what do I know? Let's look at it. Well, I know it's an obtuse, right? Because it's larger than a perfect L, it's wider. So I know it's going to be more than 90 degrees. I know it's going to be less than 180 degrees, but that doesn't really tell me enough. So what else could I use to help me? Well, I know that a straight line is 180 degrees. So I know DCB is 180 degrees. I know angle DCB equals 180 degrees because it's a straight line. So if the whole thing has to equal 180 degrees, but they told me part of it equals 36, what could I say? I could say 180 minus 36, and I get, when I subtract, I get 144. So that tells me that this portion must be 144, and this portion's 36, and together they make the straight line. So that's kind of how I would attack that one. Let's try another one. This one says, find the measure of angle BCA. Okay, well, let's find it. BCA. So that's what they want me to find. Okay, well, what do I know to help me? I do know it's acute because it's less than a perfect L, which means I know it has to be less than 90 degrees. Okay, but that's not giving me a lot of information. Okay, so what do I know? I know DCE is 32 degrees. What about ECA? Oh, they put that little square there to tell me that's a perfect right angle. So if DCE is 32 degrees, ECA is 90 degrees, don't this plus this plus this has to equal 180 because DCB has to be 180. So I could say 90 plus 32 equals 122, which tells me that all that together is 122 degrees. So then this must make up the other part of the 180. So we could say 180 minus 122. And what do we get after we borrow? I am getting that must be 58 degrees, and that is our answer. So using the benchmark fraction is what really helped me there. Okay, so let's try some of those together. Here is our book. We're on page 214 together. It says the sum of the angles in a circle is 360 degrees. Find the value of the missing angle. So they want to know what that equals. Well, if they told me the whole thing equals 360, we could say 180 plus 132. So we're going to add what we already know. So we already know that together, both of those equal 312. So we're just, this missing part is what's going to get us to 360. So we could subtract what the whole circle is minus what we already know. And what do we get? When I borrow, I get this part must be 48 degrees. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, this one's a little weird, the picture. It says, what is the measure of angle Y? So I might turn it just to show you. So if you look here, because it's hard to see through the picture, that's what they're telling us. That this part is 108 degrees. So I know that together a straight line has to be 180, and they told me that part is 108. So I could subtract and I get 72, which tells me that part must be 72 degrees. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you only have one page to try on your own, which is page 215. Have a nice night.